When money's tight, you can cost yourself big by trying to save on car insurance. Don't do it. I'm Doug Jackson, founding attorney of the law firm of Douglas G. Jackson, and I want to talk to you about a topic I hate, Florida car insurance. Let's talk about it. So, you probably have car insurance. I hope you do. You probably drive a vehicle. If you drive a vehicle, I certainly hope you have car insurance. One of the things that's happening right now, we're in a government shutdown. Certain federal employees aren't being paid wages. We're coming out of summer here in St. Petersburg. The Rays had moved away, and a lot of that overflow traffic from the Rays game is not coming into businesses. Money is tight. It seems like things are more expensive. Seems like money doesn't go as far. And one thing that we sometimes hear people do is try to lower their car insurance coverage. This is exactly the opposite of what you want to do. I hate insurance, but I'm going to be the first person to tell you you need to have good coverage because here in Florida, first of all, only one in or only 3 in 4 drivers are insured. That means 1 in 4 drivers is driving around uninsured. If they get into an accident with you, no fault of your own, guess what? You are not going to be able to collect from them. You're not going to be able to collect from their insurance. The other problem is that even under the law, insured drivers, they don't have to carry any bodily injury insurance in Florida. And so what that means again is if they hit you, there's no bodily injury for you to collect for your medical expenses. So what do you have to do? You have to make sure that you have uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. Because what happens is that if you get hit by someone who has no insurance or a low policy, even if they have ten or $25,000, you can run through that like this. Think about medical bills. They are so expensive. And so if you go to the ER, that's gone. Even if you go through chiropractic treatment, a lot of that's gone. Yes, in Florida, you have $10,000 PIP was what it's called, personal injury protection, no fault that's going to cover you from your own insurance, but that goes really quick. And a lot of times, guess what? The medical bills are one thing, but you're taking time off work, you're in pain, and so you are allowed under the law to be compensated for some of that. And so if you don't have coverage and you don't have, or if they don't have coverage rather, and you don't have good coverage, uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage, you are going to be left holding the bag. You don't want to do that, especially in tough times, because what happens in tough times? Well, people are under stress. Studies show that when people are under stress, they're more distracted, they're more angry. And when you're driving distracted, you're driving angry, you're more likely to have impaired judgment, make mistakes, get into an accident. And so even if even if your finances are stressed, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get in an accident that's no fault of your own because what ends up happening, right, is if you're distracted, think about how many times you have avoided an accident because you're paying attention. It's not your fault, but you avoided it. Someone swerved into your lane, you were able to swerve out, you were able to hit the brakes. So, what if you're distracted? Someone swerves into your lane, still not your fault, you're not paying attention. You can get hit, you can get in an accident that's not your fault. So, anytime you're in financial hardship, the number one thing you don't cut is insurance. You just don't cut insurance. And right now, make sure that your insurance, go review it. Make sure that you have uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. Talk to your agent. If you don't have an agent, call one, shop around. It's really your agent does want to make sure that you have good coverage. They're able to walk you through a lot of this because I know from my end, the thing I hate seeing the most is someone gets in a bad accident, but they didn't have this coverage, and the person who hit them didn't have anything. They didn't have any coverage, or they had low coverage because now the person who is the victim here is stuck holding the bill. And I don't want that to happen to you. I certainly want you to be able to get the best medical treatment because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you can get. If you can't pay for the medical treatment, if you can't get that medical treatment, you are not going to be better. At the end of the day, you will wish you could give up money and feel better, feel pain-free. And that's why we personally believe in healing first, justice always. So again, in tough times, we might be facing it right now, you might be facing it right now. Do not cut your insurance. In fact, no matter what, make sure that your coverage is high because especially in tough times, especially if other people are feeling it, they're going to cut their insurance. And so you need to make sure that your uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage is up to par to make sure that it protects you. Because again, you don't want to be as the victim of an accident that's not your fault. You don't want to be the one holding the bill. So check your policies, talk to your insurance agents, and make sure that you're protecting yourself and your family.